Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
and we're live on a Monday, ready to do some podcasting. Find us everywhere you find podcasts. The official weapon of the show is the folding chair and the unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. Guess the Race has gone live. We posted the first video on social medias already, so if you're following those channels on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube, you should see those the first video out there. I've seen people leaving comments, sharing, liking it, all of that great stuff. We appreciate you for doing that. Plenty more of that content to come, so we need y'all to really boost it up in our corner. We're trying to, I think we have some modest goals. They're not crazy goals, but we're trying to get like 200 followers on those accounts in like over the next month or two. So I think that's totally doable, and hopefully people give us that follow. We start popping up in your feed. You guys play along and
share with your family and your friends.
And there's plenty more to come. Like we've got some older ones that are going to be showing up throughout. Like you never know which one's going to be your Guess the Race of the day, but thank you everybody so far.
Thank you, and shout out to the chat room because we're reading your comments and stuff too.
Yeah, so thank y'all everybody that took the time out. The other thing, just people that were here live saw, I changed my camera to a different model camera. And it was an older one at first, and it zoomed in so close on my face. It really looked ridiculous.
I told you, like a school photo, that shit was like, say cheese.
Yeah.
That shit was like, I'm gonna show your face and nothing else. We couldn't see nothing behind Rod.
So then we put out another web camera that's a different one. So hopefully this will be good, because sometimes on the quality of the videos that we turn in, and it's random, it's not long, and I don't know if it's an internet connection thing or not. It never happens to Karen. It only happens on my side.
Right, and I'm the one on the laptop.
Yeah, she's on Wi-Fi, and I'm actually hard plugged into our router, and for some reason my stuff will look grainy every once in a while. So hopefully we're able to fix that. But man, like, going through changes, guys. Yes. Trying to make sure things work right.
We going through changes.
Yep. So, all right, let's see, where do we want to start? Do you have any banter for today?
I do.
All right. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Talk to me. Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Talk to me. Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. All right, Karen.
My first thing is, we was watching this Airbnb commercial, and the commercial was like, the people wanted to go camping, and they had them going through like all these things, like you want to go camping, but you don't want to be in a hotel. Why don't you,
It was like, why you want to go out and see nature, but all you're doing is being surrounded by hotel and not nature. So come get this cabin in the woods with nobody around but you and nature.
Yes, and Ryan gave me a good idea, and I think he may have said it. It's Big Bear. Big Bear is the people that are promoting this because they want you to get out there so they can maul you.
Yeah, I was like, this seems like it's paid for by bears.
Yes, Big Bear. That's why I said Big Bear.
Yeah, because
Big Bear LLC. Come on out here.
Like, and it's specifically for white people, because there's no black people that commercial appeals to, other than people that get paid to be out there in nature with the bears and stuff. But in general, like, black people we like hotels compared to the woods. Like, it's not like you said, hey, maybe you want to stay in the middle of the city, or maybe you want to be in a nice apartment or cook your own food. They were just like, go stay in the woods. I'm like, that's called camping. There's another middleman between me and Airbnb, and that's called a tent. I just get a tent if I want to just stay in the fucking woods. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with glamping and things like that. But this was like, hey, you want a house in the middle of the woods. Like,
that made sense. gonna wait 3 days before I declare the Pope dead. Okay, it's only right. It was Easter. We don't know enough of the story. We've already been through this one time with Easter and the popes and the religious people. So I'm gonna wait till Wednesday before I officially say that man ain't here no more. He might pop up behind a rock out of a cave, and then we all gonna be like, "Oh, we should have known it was a test." And the rest of y'all failed the test. You start calling them dead. Okay, I need to see what kind of smoke is in the air for the Pope before we can really understand what's going on. What color is that Pope pack? Okay, we got that Pope perk. We got that. What they blowing on over there at the Vatican? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a few days.
And my next one is kind of about you and kind of about this weekend. One thing I realized about aging and getting older is and being in love is that you consistently re-fall in love with a different version of your partner. And sometimes I think people have a tendency to forget that because as time goes on, the person you married ain't going to, like, they're going to change. Like, they're not going to consistently be that same person that you initially met all of the time.
Right.
They're going to evolve. They're going to change. They're going to grow. They're going to get hurt. You're going to watch them go through the ups. You're going to watch them go through the downs. You're going to watch them overcome things. Y'all going to overcome things together, as a couple. And so this weekend I was really thinking about how sometimes people have a tendency to forget to re-fall in love with your partner all over again. And it kind of makes you, things kind of remind you of why you fell in love with them in the first place. Because I think sometimes people can get so caught up in life, in children, in the demands of the world, in bills, and all these other things sometimes. Yes, kids are important. All these other things are important. But what happens when your kids get grown and leave? What happened when the grandkids don't want to be bothered with you? Like, what happens when you have to sit and look your partner in the face? And I want my partner to be somebody that I am truly in love with. Like, I'm speaking for me personally, that I really love. And so this weekend was one of those times where I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of what made me fall in love with you in the first place. Just because we actually just spent a lot of time together, just chilling and things like that and going out to eat and things like that. But it just remind me of, oh, okay, these are the things and the reasons why I fell in love with you in the first place. It's a different version of you, but I love you just the same. And so it's just remind. And I just wanted to kind of just share that with people because sometimes people have a tendency to forget their mates. You dedicate so much time to your kids, your loved ones, your family, your church, and everybody else. But at the end of the day, if something rocks your household, you and your partner or partners are going to have to handle that shit together. And it's better if y'all like each other and y'all can work it out than y'all don't.
Yeah, because to me that, when we got married young, he didn't eat ass. Okay, that's a whole different Roderick. I don't even know that guy.
With you?
I don't know what was going on with him. Okay, he didn't know what he was doing down there. But now, okay, you got different moves. Okay, you got to change it up every once in a while. Okay.
And
I'm a real eater now. Okay, I'm like
oh,
Preacher Boy. I don't care that you've been walking. I don't care you've been walking to the juke joint. What's that got to do with me?
What that got to do with me, girl?
I gotta know what it tastes like.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know. I had to be silly and lighten the mood, but no, I agree. I mean, I think also like on another level, like as a person, I think people fall out of love with themselves sometimes because like
you can
you go through life and you feel different about yourself and your body and your life and your mood, your attitude, your goals, your achievements as things change. Sometimes people fall in love too much with themselves and not with their partner anymore. It's
That's
like
true too.
It gets selfish and shit like that. So I can kind of see, I think a lot of stuff happens and it's very lucky and fortunate to be able to like continue on a path with somebody where you're growing together rather than growing apart, even when you're growing differently and all that stuff and
at different paces and stuff. Yes.
Yeah, it's very fortunate to be able to even have that. So I appreciate that and same back to you, of course. Let's see what else I had.
for me personally, one thing I can say that I really do appreciate and I love very, very much about you, because I just being a woman and getting older, you physically change, you know, you're not the same weight, you know, your body doesn't move the same. You have all types of changes that kind of happen, you know, to you. And I am very grateful and I am very thankful that I have a husband that's very understanding to that.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but that's just because the bar's so low. Men are just not good. You know, there's a lot of dudes that look like eggs that's on the internet yelling at women who are 27 times more attractive than them about what they need to do to keep a man or some stupid shit like that. So like, I don't know. I think I look down on those dudes because there's a lot of audacity. You know, those guys that say they think it's part of being a man, but they say shit like, well, she was 97 pounds when I met her. I don't give a fuck if we turn 70. She better be 97. I'm gonna be on something else. I just never liked that shit. I never thought it was funny. And I think, you know, I don't know how much this is conditioning or how much this is just the way I'm wired. I truly don't know. I don't question it because I don't care. I think it's a benefit, but I'm attracted to a wide range of like different types of people. So it's not like I'm not sitting around. I don't have an ideal like, man, she need to have her hair this long and it need to be this and she need to weigh this much and she need to, like, I see people all the time. It's like they look nothing like the other person I'm attracted to, but I'm like, them is two fine ass people. So it's not. I don't. For me, it's just, I don't know. Like it's not really like, hey, like I just don't want you to think there's no level of like tolerance or putting up with or consideration to it. Like, you know, you was fine bigger, you're fine now, you're fine smaller. It doesn't, like, you still you. That's what I'm attracted to. So it's not really about, to me, it's never been about those things.
And I could see that. And also it's one of those things where I don't take it for granted, because like you said, you hear a lot of that other shit kind of chattering around, you know, even though I'm not single or anything like that, and I'll be like, woo, child. Yeah. You know, and there's
a lot of horror stories.
Yes, and it's one of those things, but I don't ever want you to think, and I'm taking you for granted. Like for me, particularly with us being together for so long, it feels good that you think I'm just as sexy today as it is when we initially got together. And it's one of those things, I don't feel judgment. I don't feel ashamed. I feel comfortable in my body. I feel comfortable in my body around you.
Yeah, there's enough pressure outside for women and their bodies to have a person in the house adding to that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just enough. There's too much other shit happening to just come home and feel like here's another motherfucker being like, you're not enough, which is just bullshit because it's not true.
Agreed. And like I said, if I got to come home and fight you, nigga, I'd be by myself, and I mean that.
Yeah. My last thing is we made a new list.
We did.
Yeah. Somebody put a new list out. It's called feedspot.com is what it was, is the website. And so Feedspot did their list of the top 100 black podcasts, the 100 best black podcasts, and it came out yesterday, 4/20.
Ooh.
And now the thing is, Feedspot apparently, like, this isn't like, it doesn't seem, now I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it's a fan-made thing necessarily. Like, this isn't like someone who just listened to the show, put us on a list and said, like, these are my favorite shows. Because this website is dedicated to, like, helping people get ads. So basically, it lists the actual podcast, then it lists, like, their contact information and, like, information about the show, and like how to hopefully get your ads onto the show. Now, we wouldn't necessarily directly deal with this at this point, since we have Inflection and iHeart, so it's not, you know, you got to talk to somebody to talk to us at this point. But still, we was on this list.
We were on the list, y'all.
Now, the thing is, of course, the next question becomes, where are you on the list? So I'll show y'all, because I was actually surprised. 100 best podcasts. Looking for the best 100 best black podcasts. Looking for the black podcasters to listen Looking for black podcasters to listen to or for your outreach campaign to promote your brand or product? Our black podcasters list is what you need. You can like pay them to like get the whole list, I guess. But they put the list on the site. Number 1, The Read.
That makes sense.
Totally makes sense.
Yes.
You know, they big dogs in this thing.
Yes, they are.
Still going strong. Number 2, The Right Time with Bomani Jones.
Hey, Bo.
Now, why they use the picture for the Evening Jones, I don't know, but still, that's
they was like, it's the same.
Wave original, big time, big name. Number 3, The Black Guy Who Tips.
Hey, I take being underneath Bo and the Read.
That's some great company.
Right?
I did not expect to be that high on this list. I'm not gonna lie.
Number 3 any day then.
I would have 100% been like, that's fine. We're number 97. We made it.
We made the top
We only
100.
been doing this for the longest of anybody probably on this list since like 2010 or some shit, right? Actually, yeah, 2010.
19, somewhere around in there.
Yeah, so you know, we've accepted that we ain't the newness to people like that, but a lot of times these lists are supposed to be about, you know, being somebody, a little bit of longevity, cachet. So, being number 3, that's really dope.
I'll take 3.
Number 5, Black Opinions Matter. 4, Black Opinions Matter. This Might Go Well's number 5. Number 6, Larry Wilmore, Black on the Air. 5 Minute Warning. I don't know them.
Yeah, some of these podcasts I don't know.
You know, but like that's not shade. I don't know them yet.
Right.
Therapy for Black Girls.
That's a very popular
Marsha's played.
Popular too.
Like these are like good people to be around. Black Talk Radio, who I know they've been doing that shit since 2011, so they almost old as us. So yeah, it's kind of cool to see like us make this list like this, and they put your average Apple ratings and everything on here next to your thing. We got a 4.9 out of 5, which is pretty good.
Because I don't know what the number is, but I think they were saying like on Apple, once you cross over like a certain amount, it like stays at like 4.9.
Okay.
You know, they was like, it'll be 5 stars for a while, but then I guess once you get so big, you could just always gonna not try funny how the assholes just gonna be like, right, I'm gonna give you a 1 or whatever, and it just drops it down to like 4.9, and a lot of your larger podcasts like 4.8, 4.9, they'll never drop below that. Yeah. But it's very, very hard to get 5 stars and have a bunch of reviews.
What's interesting too is like lately we've been getting a lot of requests in our email for like, hey, this comedian, this guest, this person would like to be like, would you consider having them on the show? And so I've replied to some of them, not all of them yet, right? Because I still need to check the people out. I don't,
vet. We don't,
we don't just have people on just to say we had them.
Nope.
But yeah, man, that's like really fucking dope. So yeah, we made a list.
We made a list. I would take that any day. But yes, we vet people because we just don't. Over the years, you will learn you can't, particularly nowadays, you can't be attached to just anybody.
All right, that's it for me.
I don't have anything else. That's all.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just had 2.
Yeah, that sounds great. Let's go ahead and get into the show, man. What do we do? Really do not want to do politics till we get mad, but
we don't have to.
I feel like, yeah, fuck it, no. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll call it complete audible. Let's not even do that. Let's do some of the fun segments. Let's do some what was I gonna do? Black capitalism. Let's do some black capitalism real quick.
Oh, let's go.
Cause I think that's fun. And where's my? There we go.
Shout out to Will Smith. I hear y'all talking, but the only thing I'm listening to is that paper. Every day we get into that paper. Woo! I hear the money talking. See you later. Every day we get into that paper. Yeah. I hear the money talking, see you later. Don't think I forgot Harry Tubman's supposed to be on the $20 bills.
Still ain't got them Tubmans. Black capitalists. Let's talk about who out here getting it for the people. Usher.
Mm-hmm.
He is in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
And he doing his show that he was doing in Vegas.
Okay.
But now he in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
He not giving out no cherries.
Oh, no. I don't think you would do that over there either. It might be a problem.
Well, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. No, I will not be giving out any cherries tonight, he told the crowd. But I got nothing but love for you. I give you my heart in exchange for the cherries. I give you my love in exchange for the cherries tonight. While Usher didn't confirm the reason behind skipping his usual flirtatious gestures, fans speculated it was a nod to the UAE cultural expectations.
Yeah, you can't do that over there.
They enforce conservative cultural norms, particularly around public displays of affection and suggestive performances. Artists are often expected to modify their routines to align with local values and avoid offending cultural sensibilities.
You better stand and dance and sing and get your ass off stage.
They'll lock you up. They don't play.
They sure will.
People be over there holding hands, kissing and shit like they don't know the rules. And then next thing you know, it's like, free this person. It's like, what they do? Making out. It's like, oh, shit. Like you can like get locked up for just like being gay over there. Like you was too gay out in public, dog. So you done fucked up. So, but hey, I see him. Get your coin. I know you can't change the world. Kendrick Lamar has been announced as Chanel's new eyewear ambassador.
Come on through, eyewear ambassador.
Yeah. Hey now, say now. He's all about that men's.
Come on.
In a statement, Kendrick said, Chanel has a timeless legacy, and that is always something I can get behind. Since they don't make clothes for men, I knew it would have to be glasses. What's funny, too, is like he just got Gatorade, a Gatorade commercial. He's the first ever artist to get a Gatorade commercial that's not an athlete.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's record breaking.
This man is coming all the way up to the top as Drake becomes a streamer. Meanwhile, tune in to Twitch, where Kick or wherever the fuck,
wherever he at, Kickstand, wherever he is,
wherever the fuck Drake is, sitting next to Jason Whitlock probably. But yeah, he's rocking the shades. He's already been in the mix with Chanel. He helped create The Button, a short film for the brand spring summer 2024 couture show. This collab comes at the perfect time. He's and then they just talk about how great he is and the tour. So maybe he'll be wearing those glasses when we see him in a couple weeks.
Some of the audience members will too.
Yeah, some of the audience members will. Those who can afford it.
yes, those that can afford.
They sent me something where we could have upgraded our seats to like VIP, some other shit, and it was like $700. It was something per person. And I was like, that's insane. I can't do it. I thought about it for a second though. That's how much I love Kendrick. I thought about that shit.
Right? He was like, do we want to be
like,
closer?
It's just $500 a person. And I was like, wow, what are you doing? The tickets already cost a lot. This is fine. You will be fine. You're not gonna get to meet them.
I was like, me and Beyonce. I was like, what's the closest I can get?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. It was like you. Actually, I don't even think we'd be closer. You go to like you watch it in like the box. And you get like an open bar, and it was like a cool experience. I just didn't want to.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, so you're saying in one of the box areas. Yeah.
I just didn't want to do it. I won't be out there with the peoples. Afropop, Oklahoma's all-natural black-owned craft soda brand, is taking its mission to a national audience with a launch of pre-orders for its online store beginning April 4th. Whether it's the nostalgic butterscotch of Grandma's house, the electric blueberry lemonade of summer nights, or the bold darkness of black of the berry, there's something for everyone to enjoy.
And this is who?
Afropop.
Oh, let me write that name down. That sounds good.
It do sound good.
I might have to check
I've never had
out.
butterscotch soda, but if I'm trying Grandma's house butterscotch soda, I do it come with a pinch on the thigh and a shh during church? Do it make me get a switch or?
All right.
I just need to know.
Made me want to wear ankle socks with frillies.
Right. Do it burn your hair a little bit when it's curling it, and then you drink every time you drink it?
Oh, that is traumatizing. It'll burn the tip of your ear.
Put a little Vaseline on your face before you take a swig. How does it remind you of Grandmama house? I just need to know.
Right.
What am I getting? Is it gonna make me turn off my Nintendo, even though it's a PlayStation 5?
Yeah,
I just
they
need to
don't
know.
care.
But here's a picture of some black people holding it up.
Oh, very colorful.
Yeah, it looks dope. Since launching in December 2023, Oklahomans across the state have experienced an unapologetic blend of artistry, culture, and flavor with the soda pop in dozens of locations across the state. Beginning April 4th, founder Jamel Stevens is opening access to the thirst-quenching vibe for anyone in the United States. I will say this, and it's not, this is not shade to the brand, but obviously, you know, this is them promoting the brand at the Black Wall Street Times here. But, boy, I feel like we got to come up with something other than unapologetic. I just feel like we done used unapologetically it's lost its flavor. Okay, it's not fizzing like it used to fizz when it started.
Oh, that word.
When we like the unapologetically black or whatever. Because I've never seen nobody who's like apologetically black. No, like I honestly the default is unapologetic. I wasn't assuming you felt sorry about it unless you said or did something that made me think, wait a minute, you seem kind of sorry to be here that you black. You know what I mean? Like Tim Scott is apologetically black. Oh shucks, Mr. Trump, I'm so sorry. Like that's apologetic black, but like if you make black people sodas that taste like grandmama house, I didn't think you would apologize. It was never a need. So anyway, let's see. We'll do another one. Black excellence Cat Williams honored with street name in Cincinnati neighborhood. Yeah. The Avondale neighborhood of Cincinnati, Ohio has officially renamed a street to honor Cat Williams. The city unveiled a new honorary road sign at the intersection of Reading and Maple Street on Saturday, proudly named Cat Williams Way. Williams, born in Cincinnati, later raised in Dayton, Ohio, has achieved widespread acclaim, selling out arenas, blah, 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 you know, very successful. So, yeah, that's nice. He said, I've been in business since 1995. This is the thing that means the most to me, even if it's honorary. I appreciate Cat Williams' way, he stated before the sign was revealed. Oh, so there you go.
Good for him.
Shout out to him and all the people that support Cat Williams. He's a black, I say a staple of black people. Like if he don't have a star on the Walk of Fame, he definitely already got a star on the Black Hollywood Walk of Fame. Is there a Black Hollywood Walk of Fame? There should be. There should be a Black famous Walk of Fame.
There should be.
Yeah, like you should get a star. Maybe not a star. Something black. A black shape. I don't know what
black shape.
You should get a Crown Royal bag of That's just racist. I'm sorry, guys. You should get a Newport box of fame that right down the street.
You should get a pig foot.
Yeah, you should get some black, but not racist, but some black that black people love and celebrate. A spade, that feels racist. I don't know. We'll have to workshop what the sign would be.
Yes, we would.
But there should be something for black famous people.
Yeah, somebody said Power Fist. I like
Black Power Fist. That's just like Frankie Beverly.
Somebody said pick. I would like an
Afro pick. Yeah, that, you know, that's a little like getting like unapologetic area, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the Afro pick. A fro of fame. A fro would be nice. Yeah. But we need something to commemorate people that's like black famous.
Yes.
Well, we don't really expect white people to know them. But it's like we know them, and that's good enough.
Yes, it is.
Okay, y'all. Sometimes they launch into white fame, and white people start knowing people like Taraji P. Henson, but they was black famous first, and they'll always have a home with us, and they'll always be ours first.
Yes, they will be.
So I would like to see a Black Walk of Fame. Anyway, that's random. Let's go to another one. We'll do one more. Master P named president of basketball operations at the University of New Orleans.
Okay.
I wonder how much cachet Master P carries at this point. Because I know what he would carry for my generation, but like, are the kids of today like
'cause
influenced
he
by
has-
Master P?
He hasn't made like anything popping in a very long time.
Yeah, I wonder.
Probably over 20 years.
I know he makes good business moves and stuff, so it could just be that.
Right. And you know, this generation is about them money moves.
Right. And you really only need to be cooler than the other colleges, I guess. So like if he's the head of their operations and then the other dude is some white man in a suit no kids ever heard of, he got a better chance maybe with Master P.
Yeah, if anything, they go, well, at least my mama heard of you.
Today is history. We've come a long way. Growing up in New Orleans, when I was a kid, I looked at the University of New Orleans basketball program. It's probably one of the best in the country. Every kid wanted to come to the Lakefront Arena and be a part of this. He's been about the game for decades. In 1999, he was out here grinding in the Charlotte Hornets training camp, proving his skills were bigger than rap.
I remember that.
I remember that too. People thought he was gonna possibly make the team. I was like, that would be insane.
I was like, he probably will not make the
Yeah,
team.
and the Hornets weren't that good, but it would have just been insane because fuck being good, we would have had that dopest fucking music and arena in the league at that point.
at that, yes.
We would have been in this motherfucker every halftime, same halftime show. Can I talk to P?
Yeah.
This ain't no motherfucking P. Dun dun. Dun, dun,
Ain't that the truth?
dun, dun,
We'd have been crunk.
dun, dun, every motherfucking halftime show. And now Silk the Shocker. Maybe we finally get to see Mercedes perform. I've only seen her bend over a car. I've never seen her
Perform.
That could be AI. Mercedes could be the first AI rapper because I have never seen this lady.
For all we know, never.
I just know the
I know her
iconic
cover.
bent over the car on the cover of the album that I never heard. He said, I'm just so appreciative and blessed that God's given me the opportunity to rebuild this program. We're going to change this. This is our culture. This is our team. This is our family. We want to give that family love out there to the city to bring people back where it should be at. All right. Good luck to Master P.
Good luck.
All right. Let's do another segment. That was better than Politics Till We Get Mad.
Yes,
right?
it was.
People might actually make it through this whole episode.
Without stopping.
Yeah, who knows? All right, I think for the next one, we'll do some gender wars.
Okay.
We're going to war. The gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war. There's a war going on outside. Gender war.
From that moment.
All right, gender wars time, okay? I'll remind you guys of the rules because inevitably we will forget them if the content is too good.
And sometimes the hosts forget. I apologize for what is the last one a few weeks ago. Next thing I was like, nigga, do you love your wife? Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't supposed to get wrapped up in it.
And today could be one of those days because I think I got a couple good ones here.
Okay.
The first one is about a pastor and his wife. Okay.
Okay.
You may get an echo, I'm not sure, but I'm going to play it for you guys. Pastor's wife, Kelly Steele, says she was graced by God to iron her husband's clothes for his side chick. They're on a podcast together, sitting in a love seat.
I had a radical heart shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you, I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet a side chick by ironing his clothes and getting him ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this. But once I knew who I was, I realized,
there you go, Karen. 0 to 10 is how we rate these. For those who didn't see the visual, he's sitting next to her on the love seat. There's another man who's the host of the podcast. They're both wearing green, although her green is slightly different from his color green in her dress. And he, obviously the husband's just sitting there nodding along like, that happened. That's real. As she goes on her, testimonial. Karen, 0 to 10. What would you give this as content to start gender wars?
And I remember last time when it was one person speaking, I didn't care too much for it. Mm-hmm. All jokes aside, this time, she gets a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Woo! Okay.
And the biggest reason why she gets a 10 out of 10 is because she was there. Her husband was beside her, which was another thing. Mm-hmm. And then she hit all the tropes. She put God in it. She put her being called in it. You know, submission to a man. Mm-hmm. You know, she kind of hit all those tropes to make both sides respond. And this is why I say I give it 10 out of 10, because she spoke with authority. Mm-hmm. She didn't come in soft spoken, if that makes sense. She came in going, this is what I did, y'all, and this is why I did it, y'all, blah, 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 blah. And I really think visually they did a great job with her being beside him, versus if she would have been by herself, I probably would have deducted points.
I honestly think it's a 10 out of 10 for those reasons, as well as I actually think another woman there may have ruined it.
Yes.
Because I think I'm guessing, I don't know the exact percentage, but I'm gonna guess high 90s in percentage of women are thinking she's a goddamn fool for that. So I don't think there would have been many women on this earth who could have sat in that room, watched them two men nod along, watch her say that about herself, and then be like, oh yeah, I see where you coming from. So like, they lucked up that, not lucked up, but they knew what they were doing by making sure that it wasn't anybody giving a conflicting opinion. Now, they could have gone on later in this clip and said some other things, but I doubt it.
But we talk about specifically that clip.
The other thing I like that makes this such a great clip, it immediately pisses off pretty much every right-thinking person as every woman. Mm-hmm. Now, it is their business, their relationship. They worked it out. They seem to be together. Most of the time, that's really all people measure happiness by, is if you stay together.
Right.
Who knows what other things that have taken place to make them feel equally yoked or whatever the fuck they got to believe to get through this. But just putting that out into the world, especially a world that does not all believe in the type of Christianity she talking about with this subservient woman shit.
Right.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I say.
This is one of the best gender wars clips I've ever seen in my life.
And only one
it's almost
person
like I can't
spoke.
believe they made this.
Yeah, only one person spoke, and like I said, she said it with her whole chest. There was no wavering. It was, I'm convicted in this.
And what makes it even better is that everyone can dunk on it.
Yes.
So
everybody can dunk on
what
it.
helps clips go viral a lot of times is either everybody is arguing in the comments, which is its own brand of like good, because hey, the men fighting the women fighting the men, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. But when it's pretty much everyone either disagrees, and then it becomes a contest of who could quote tweet this with the best, that shit be working. This has 3 million views on Twitter.
And also the thing is, it's men versus women, and it's also women versus women.
Yeah. I don't
you
know
what
that
I'm saying?
there's even gonna be a lot of men that need to get involved in this one. Now, I'm not saying they won't, because audacity, but men don't really even need to get involved in this one. Like, women are finna wrap her ass up. Like, it's like, there might be some men that are trolling like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what women used to be or whatever. But no one's even taking these niggas seriously. It's going to be a lot of people just going to know. Looking at some of the quote tweets. Next black horror movie needs to be about religious psychosis and brainwashing. She's so beautiful. It's a shame she can't see it. I'm a firm believer in God, but I know for a fact he didn't create me to be misused. He didn't create any of us for that purpose. Stop blaming God for your foolishness. That's our girl Mel Mitchell. Iron what for whom? Get the fuck out. Mental illness, leave God out of it. God don't ever grace you to be mistreated. Honestly, people like this shouldn't be able to vote.
Oh
no. What the hell? What the fuck is she talking about? God didn't say none of that. How God would have graced me to burn his clothes. This is religious psychosis. These religions have y'all asses miserable and living in mental torture. Yeah, man, this is a good one. This got everybody clicking.
Yeah, like what you said, 3 point something million. Most of them that we covered don't even crack 100,000.
Yeah, 3 million. He told her before the wedding, and an hour late, mind you, he couldn't see himself being faithful to one woman, and she said she was okay with being number one out of many. When she attempted to leave with 2 kids and came back, he was mad. 5 minutes into their episode was so much to unpack. Jesus, that is pimping. That is not love. To me, in my opinion.
And that's not love to me either.
Yeah. Someone posted one of my favorite clips, which I think about all the time. It's my girl that's in the car, and she said, "Fight back." This woman,
Stand up! Stand up!
like she,
Now stand up.
I be thinking
That's
that
hilarious.
all the time. But yeah, that's 10 out of 10. Wow, we started off on a high note. All right, let's go to the next one then. Tracee Ellis Ross
Okay.
has been making the rounds on the gender wars social media because everybody is very upset by well, I shouldn't even say upset. Everybody's fighting about a thing she said to Michelle Obama on Michelle Obama's podcast with her brother. Now, I am a little bit surprised, to be honest. I knew Michelle Obama was going to start a podcast, and y'all know Michelle Obama to me is like the one. Like, she is like, as how a lot of people feel about Barack Obama, which I don't dislike Barack Obama either, but I feel like Michelle was the one that was like, now that's a black, she black. Like, her face is my face. Her words are my words. Her things are my things. When I see her in the White House, I'll be like, I get it, sis. When they said that people thought they had relationship problems and was Mikey getting divorced, and it turned out she had basically just said, I'm not going to none of these work functions with you, Barry.
Right. I don't have to be there no more. Like, you're not the president and you're not running for office. I don't got to be there. I don't blame. I wouldn't go either.
She basically said, who all gonna be there? And people was like, they must be getting divorced. And I felt it in my soul before she didn't even need to confirm it for me.
I was
said,
like, she don't want to go.
I said, oh, no. I know what she's saying. I don't think they getting divorced. I think she just said, I can stay home. What you gonna go do? Yeah, I'm good.
Nah, I don't want to be around them people.
Yeah, I'm not first lady anymore.
That's exactly what she said.
I told them what to do. I went to the DNC. They don't want to hear from me. They don't need to see me nowhere. I'm good. Anyway, so on her podcast, I didn't expect this. Gender wars. They talking about relationships and stuff.
Okay.
Not every episode, but like,
yeah.
this is one of the ways to get the bigger bubbles is talking about relationships. So Tracee Ellis Ross came on there. I believe she's 52, and she talked about dating.
I mean, we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
Oh my God, we had a great dinner. We had a great dinner, by the way, where across the table, your husband goes, but why? And I said, well, maybe because I can.
Yes.
Hey, because I can.
This is what...
Well, yeah, she definitely can.
Right.
Tracee
Like,
Ellis
people
Ross.
act like, what's wrong with that? Because men do it too. Because I can. I have a
also,
choice.
Also, I mean, it's in her name. Tracee Ellis Ross. The ass. She has the ass to pull this off. She can go pull just about
anybody.
Any
Just
man
about.
she wants. So we all seen the Instagram, sis. We know what it is. But yeah.
Tales from Tracy's.
It's fun. It's really fun to share.
Tracy Tale.
But
I'm sorry.
But one of the reasons, though, that because I had to ask myself that question, I was like, what is this about?
Yeah.
Because I want a partner. And so often, and it's not just that I'm older, I'm also very embodied. I am a full, very whole person who knows myself, who is in charge of my life, and who lives a very full, just robust life. So it's not just age, it's like life experience and sort of a difference. But I had to ask myself the question, why? Why does this keep sort of coming up other than they're hot and gorgeous?
There's that.
There's that. But a lot of men my age are steeped in a toxic masculinity and have been raised in a culture where there is a particular way that a relationship looks. And anything that starts to smell of that for me, I did enough of it where I was controlled and felt like I was a possession or whatever those things were, or prize, and I have no interest in it, and I will not do it again.
All right. So there you have it. She don't date dudes. She prefer young dudes or whatnot because of the toxic masculinity of men her age that she's done dealing with. And we're rating this as a gender war on the content. What would you give us 0 to 10?
I would give this one probably about an 8. Not quite a 10. I'm giving it a 8 because what she's saying will make people mad, make people upset. You're going to make the older dudes mad. You're going to make the cat daddies mad. You're going to have the younger dudes, somebody, old men. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to have the men kind of fighting with each other.
That's a good point.
And then you're going to have a lot of women fighting because there are a lot of younger women that actually their whole goal is to get an older man because they know older men probably will take care of them. And so you're going to have a lot of younger women saying, well, if you don't want them, I'll take them. Like that type of thing. And then you're going to have a lot of women in her age group judging her for actually dating younger men.
Right.
Because they got their hang-ups in that thing or whatever it may be.
Right.
And so, and then even though Michelle Obama ain't got nothing to do with it, for the fact that she commented, people are going to come at her. Because they were like, why are you agreeing with what she's saying? Ain't you married? Don't you got a man?
That's a good
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's going to kind of swing her adjacently into it, but the bulk of the energy is going to be on her. I think it was more of, not trying to find, she wasn't angry enough. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like
that's why you gotta give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
if
like
she was angrier, you give him a higher.
Yeah, and when I mean angrier, it's just tone, if that makes sense.
I give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
This actually has 19.5 million views.
Woo!
Compared to the 3 million that you gave it, the one you gave it 10 before. So part of the reason I boosted up to 10 is Tracee Ellis Ross talking to Michelle Obama already. Name, quality alone.
Yeah, you gonna get the views.
Boom. Tracee Ellis Ross, one of the most beautiful bachelorettes in the world. Like everybody loves how she looks. Everybody loves her style.
Yeah, I love her.
All this stuff. So you got that as well. Just men, and then anytime you say you don't want a type of person, period, it's gonna always pop off if you're an attractive person that people think they want to be with, or if you're an unattractive person that people say they don't want to be with.
Right.
Nobody gets to say they have a preference of a type of person without somebody getting mad. Was she gonna fuck your old ass? 0% chance that you was gonna that anything was ever happening between you and her, whether she was dating old niggas or not. But audacity is audacity. People get upset by that shit. But the reason I give it a 10 out of 10 is that there's this other angle that you didn't say that I think is very valid, but it's younger women dealing with younger men who are also extremely toxic. People say this generation of younger men is the most toxic. They voted for Trump that the second time, not the first time. Like these men now, these young dudes, a lot of women are like these women that are the same age as the young dudes, not older women. I think older women have different priorities dealing with these young dudes. And also I think these young dudes may switch it up when they're talking, when the power dynamics have switched up. But when you look at what young women are telling you, if they are to be believed, unless you just think all these young women are lying,
I don't think
they're like the generation of men we're dealing with. We'd rather have an old man who at least got some shit. So like,
right, if we're gonna have to deal with
if
bullshit.
I gotta deal with, some, like, these guys don't have homes, they stay with their parents, they don't have, and it's not their fault necessarily, but it's just,
but I got to deal with their mouth and lip and everything else. I'm good.
Yeah, but like student loans, I'm just talking realities.
Yes.
Obviously your podcast bro types, your fucking manosphere people, they skew younger. I'm not saying older men don't have toxicity. What I'm saying is that men have toxic men. TM are very toxic, period.
Yes, they are.
When it comes to their views on dating and relationships and women and cishet, type of relationships. And so when you throw all that in, there's that other element of people being like, What? No, I've been saying the men my age are trash, and here she come acting like they're good. So you got another way to argue with her based off of that. So everything you said and that, this a 10 to me. Like, they finna be arguing about this shit forever.
Yeah, they are.
It just, I honestly, if you could make a gender war in the lab, this is it.
This is it. Yeah, a fine woman too, cause she fine and she flaunts it. She always traveling. She always be like, I ain't got no kids.
And you got the men that are like, when men do it, so you got that angle too.
Yeah, you do.
Which is always funny to me, because I agree that yes, men take a lot of heat for dating young women, blah blah blah, but guess what, they also get a lot of support for dating young women. A lot of people look the other way, a lot of people do not mind, a lot of people don't say stuff.
They don't.
In the last few years, you had people like maybe start internet shit of like, Leonardo DiCaprio, but there's a lot of people that date younger women that for the most part people just kind of give them a pass, a snarky comment here or there, but like when they pop up with some chick that's younger than them, nobody's stopping them from making movies and doing music or whatever it is that they're doing.
They do not.
So somebody's like, Trick Daddy got killed for saying the same thing. It's like, you know why he got killed. He looked like Trick Daddy.
Yeah, if he looked like somebody else, it'd have been a whole different
and he has
story.
A long history of saying horrible things about everybody, especially women. So it's
Agreed.
not the exact same thing, but yeah, it's such a great gender war. It's man, that is amazing. Now I will say this, it is weird watching people that I would have thought would be doing less frivolous stuff on their podcast do these type of podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like everybody falls into this. And it's easy. Maybe we should have been doing this shit. It's such a layup.
Ain't it a layup?
You don't have to do much. You just bring somebody on. They say something, put the clip out, and like, boom. You know, not like Michelle Obama said anything controversial or
She
wrong.
did not.
It's such an easy thing to do, is just be like, hey, so Tracee Ellis Ross don't date young niggas. Bye. See you next week. Oh, maybe we fucked up. Anyway, so now add me. 10 out of 10. Gender war. Amazing stuff. We love to see it. All right, let's see if I can find any. Did I do any more? I feel like 2 might have been enough, but let's see. Let's stop it at 2. Let's go into another segment. Let's do a little bit of fucking with black people. We've done a lot of good stuff, but it's time for some fucking with black people. How about this one?
We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them people because they black. We're just fucking with them black people. We're just fucking with them blacks. We're just fucking with black people. Hey, hey, do
Oh man, fucking with black people. Go around the globe, find different articles, and let you know how fucked with we are as black people to see what they got to say. Today's contestants, everybody's always fucking with us, guys. We knew this. We hate to see it, but it happens. Target CEO Brian Cornell met with civil rights leader Reverend Al Sharpton to discuss the company's decision to roll back DEI programs.
He was like, get these Negroes to come back, please, sir.
No.
He was like, I know y'all went and protest. He was like, well, please give them to come back. That's what this is. That man afraid he about to lose his job. What has been
need some money?
8 straight weeks in a row? He was like, come on now.
I hope Al was like,
Paul, why is you here?
Chad, I don't even need a Costco. You know how many times I thought about buying a Costco membership just because?
I know Al took him to that soul food diner where he always be now he just eat toast, but back in the day he take everybody to that soul food diner like he did with Bernie. I know he seen that Target on that caller ID.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
No, that's what he says.
I thought y'all didn't fuck with black people.
Who is this saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
It's so good.
He was like, I know we let our black labels go, but we got to do something to bring
It's
it back.
so good. And he not even this just proves how out of touch Target is.
Mm-hmm.
Al not even the person they supposed to go talk to. It's that Jamal Bryant dude or whatever that's the leader of this movement against the Target shit. Like, if you want to go get it over with, that's the man you gotta go fuck with. Al can't do nothing but be like, yeah, man, sound like you should probably maybe do some different stuff.
Mm-hmm. And truth be told, what you really need to do, you don't want to do, which is bring everybody back. But you're not gonna do that. So is it really even gonna matter?
Yeah.
Yeah, renew contracts and bring people back.
Well, you gonna need you got to walk all this back.
Yep, that's the only way to fix it.
Nothing short of that will get black people to come back.
It sure won't, because I don't care what you do. They are hurt, and they are angry, and I don't blame them. They're upset. A lot of their favorite brands, and so it's sad, but you doing this actually in the long run made some of them more money, because some of them are like, well, bitch, I'm selling out of shit now.
I'm sure there are some loyal black people that will continue to shop there no matter what. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Through the fire.
But the rest of us, we out of here. And Buddy just sitting up here like,
cancel culture can be cruel.
But yeah, he met with Al Sharpton in New York on Thursday as a retailer faces calls for boycotting a slowdown in foot traffic that began after it walked back key diversity, equity, and inclusion programs.
Something they did not have to do.
The meeting, which Target asked for, comes after some civil rights groups urged consumers not to shop there. Sharpton has not yet called for a boycott of Target. He has supported efforts from others to stop shopping at the retailer stores. You can't have an election come and all of a sudden change your old position, Sharpton told CNBC in Wednesday interview ahead of the meeting. If an election determines your commitment to fairness, then fine. You have a right to withdraw from us, but then we have a right to withdraw from you.
And that's a true statement.
Yeah. And he's sitting at that table, dog, looking like Johnny Carson on the cover of that magazine after he got divorced. He's sitting, Al ain't even smiling. He looking directly in that camera. Got him. But low key, none of them smiling. The black woman smiling just a little bit, but it's more of a smirk. Like, look at this nigga, y'all, trying to get us to help. Yeah, ain't shit that they can do for you, homie.
Yeah, and I think this is an own goal, because like I say, that statement that he made was just for federal agencies. You did not have to do this, which means you could have not said anything, kept all of your programs going, and nothing would have changed.
And I'll keep it close to the vest. He ain't playing his hand, so he just telling. He said, "I am going to inform our allies, including Reverend Dr. Jamal Bryant." That's who Target really need to go talk to, of our discussion, what my feelings are. We will go from there. So I mean, Al might have got out of this some free toast or whatever. Like, he might. This shit might not work for homie anyway, because I don't think Al is going to be the one to come in and be like, let's stop the boycott, black people.
And that's what they wanted. He did not give it to them.
Yep. All right, 0 to 100.
This gets still 100 for Target and a 0 for them, because they didn't ask for this. Target asked for this.
Yeah.
And they was like, okay. And they listened. But they didn't actually give them a decision, nor did they make an announcement, nor did they put out a statement.
Yeah.
They was like, oh, yeah, we're going to talk to some other people about this and then decide. And I'm pretty sure the conversation going to be like, nigga, we ain't doing all this. We're like, nah, all right, we're not going to meet with them no more. They need to meet with you. If they call me again, I'm going to send them your way, dog. He was like, all right.
If I could give something the opposite of 100, I would give it that. That's how little I'm so unfucked with. I'm actually happy that Target had to admit that they basically got called to the table and had to go, yeah, we fucked up. Like, because I was hopeful when I saw people sharing stuff on social, but you just never know, because you need to see the sources, because people will share fake news and be like, isn't this real? Look at this. And then you look at it later and you be like, no, it's actually not what happened. You guys are lying. So if this is real, which it is, I think Business Insider reported it, Wall Street Journal reported it, they have lost foot traffic over this 8 weeks. This is beautiful.
Consistently going out there. Shareholders are getting mad. The same people, a lot of them probably voted for Trump, is getting mad. Some of them probably fucking cheering when they did this, and now they're like, what, our money gone? Yes, bitch. The money that you said you didn't want no more, right?
I absolutely love this. So no 0 for me. Doja Cat
What about her?
calls out ignorance and lies amid renewed controversy. She says she's more angry than you know amid backlash after a podcast reignited debate around her image. On Wednesday, the Grammy-winning artist took to Twitter to address the backlash. I don't want to stand up for myself in regards to all these lies being told because, to be honest, I don't think it will make a difference. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it would. I've just learned to let ignorance be and let people learn and use their own discernment. If you watch the news, and in quotes, news, and believe it all, what kind of person does that make you? I'm enough. My music is enough. My word is enough. Everything following that is everyone else's problem but mine. She later deleted the post. Her comments came after a clip of Apple's Rap Life Review podcast went viral, where hosts debated her place in hip-hop and revisited her history of controversy. One host, Eddie, acknowledged that she was really good at music and raps well, but added she's not hip-hop. Ebro Darden brought up past incidents, including her involvement in racial chat rooms showing feet.
I remember that.
I remember it as well. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, she can't act like that shit didn't happen, dog.
And I think that's what people do is they wait long enough and they like to be like, oh, everybody forgot.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
But we didn't forget.
Eddie, you looking forward to this? Does this hit at the gym?
Nah, not really. Like,
so wait, Doja's not popping up for you.
She cool. Like she's really good at music. She just don't. I don't know, man.
Really?
Something about. I don't know, man. She just don't. Like she does rap well. Like she raps well. She does everything musically. She just don't. It seemed off with her in hip hop, man. It's like, yeah, you do the music part. Well, again, it's the conversation we always have. Like, there's rap and then there's hip hop, and Doja can rap, and she can. Then we see the old videos where she's breakdancing. Like, she does the music stuff right, but
you don't like the demonic stuff that threw you off.
The racial chat room showing feet. Like,
I never really got over back in the day.
Yeah, she don't really. You know what I'm trying to say without trying to say it. So I don't really. She's whatever.
She ain't black enough.
I didn't say that.
She too light skinned.
You can say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, I'm trying to narrow. I'm trying to just get specific.
It's the same thing people accuse Drake about. She does it more. And we just kind of let it slide.
It's just hard to pin her down. I don't know that I can say I understand who Doja Cat is as a person necessarily. You know what I mean?
When you say she does it more, does what more? The pop stuff? The singing stuff?
Nah, like the accusations of you ain't really in this. You're in this when it's convenient for you.
Yeah, okay. And so she causes lies and ignorance and lies about it. She did later try to say, like, bring some stuff up. Someone said, LOL, ruffle your feathers, huh? Someone said, mad. She said, I'm more angry than you know and incredibly disappointed. What I think is funny is that those people are trolling her and she don't even realize it because I don't think she's of the black culture like that in a way, to be like, fuck y'all too. But yeah, look, this is the thing. They wait for you to forget because it's been long enough. And then they just act like you were crazy the whole time. So she's trying to, like, low-key, I hate to overuse this term, but gaslight all the people that were there when she made fun of this and refused to acknowledge it or acted like black people in America was tripping out of nowhere. She wasn't apologizing and shit. I know she apologized when she used the F word to refer to gay people over and over in her old tweets. But, the racial chat room showing feet, that's a real thing. Like, I don't know about the feet part, but the whole idea of palling around in these, like, message boards, and she just claims, like, 100% ignorance to it. Like, I had no idea what any of this was.
We don't believe you.
But I remember this was during her troll phase. And she was, like, actively doing a lot of, like, I'm just trying to be edgy and piss people off. That's the kind of pop star I'm going to be.
Yep, get people's attention.
And when you pal around, especially in the age of the internet, for these people who are the culture of the internet, racism not off limits for those type of trolls. They like, yeah, whatever. I'm not even from America. She denied the allegations, calling them 100% incorrect. I've used public chat rooms to socialize since I was a child, but she insisted she was never involved in any racist conversations. She added, at the time, I'm a black woman. Half of my family is black from South Africa, and I'm very proud of where I come from. More criticism followed October 2023, where she posted a photo of herself wearing a shirt featuring Sam Hyde holding a rifle. The image drew backlash.
I remember that.
Who said she was promoting fascist and neo-Nazi imagery. In a later interview with Ebro, she addressed the shirt. You can't know everything, she said, and explained she thought Hyde was funny. She emphasized the shirt wasn't meant as an attack and distances herself from political discourse, saying politics are not something I want to sweep into my life. I just want creativity and joy.
Ain't it funny? Her and the other girl, Kamala.
Oh yeah, Chapel Roan.
Yes, how both of them put their feet in it and get burnt, and then they're like, I don't need to be here. Yeah. Nobody asked you to come in. It's like you gave an opinion, people didn't like it, and now you want to back out of it. If you want to stay over there, just stay over there. Not trying to funny. Just don't say shit.
And it's weird too, cause like it's not like the apology comes.
Right.
They never say like, oh, that dude's a white supremacist. I'm sorry. I didn't know that, and you won't ever see me hanging out talking about this guy ever again. It's always just like I'm trying, cause I remember that time on her Instagram. It was like troll post, me wearing this shirt. And that was the one that people was like, man, fuck that. Cause like the other trolls was like, I'm a demon in New York. I'm naked when I'm not supposed to be. I cut my hair off to look weird. But it was all trying to like throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. Mm-hmm. And when you are a person not of our culture, you think racism is some shit that you can play around with on the wrong side of, not in the jestful way that requires trust, but in a way that is almost an attack. Like, I am laughing and attacking you blacks. Isn't that funny that you blacks are the butt of my joke? No. Even though I'm also a person that people would consider to be black. Mm-hmm. And then it was, oh, let me just delete that. Not my fault. Now we all got hurt. We just tripping. We all fucked with.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now we supposed to care about your feelings. Okay.
Yeah, I give it a 75. I just feel like, and look, I'm not a person who's like, I won't even listen to your music if you. No. I don't really give a fuck. If her music is jamming, it's jamming. I don't really listen to it in general, but it's not like I have a thing against her.
Right.
I don't even hold that high of a bar. I've listened to way worse people who've done way worse shit.
I have
so
too.
This isn't like an anti-Doja thing or whatever, but it's just, if you're not gonna own it, then just stay quiet.
Right.
Don't try to come back later like, I can't believe these lies continue. No one thought you literally was putting your feet up in the racist chat room for them to jack off to. You know it. You know what that meant. You know what people were trying to say. You pile around with these alt-right type people. You a person that started off your career before you got famous, made a song about dindus, which is a super deep cut racist thing. Dindu is short for didn't do nothing, which is what white supremacists say of black people who've been shot by the police.
Oh. They
call black people that are killed by the police unjustly didn't do nothing. Basically saying, man, they shot Tamir Rice. Oh, he a dindu. They shot a dindu. And people go, what? Didn't do nothing. Because they always say they didn't do nothing, but obviously they did do something that deserved to be shot by the police. That's what she started with. So you come from that, and then you want to gaslight us at the end like, I can't believe y'all believe these lies and slander. Bitch, you made that song. What the fuck that's apology at? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stop trying to trick us, dog. Like, you're fine being with your little racist pals, and most people are giving you a pass as long as your songs is hitting.
Yes, they are. Because you work with a lot of black women.
Plenty of black women work with her, period. Like, that was, I was honestly, no bullshit. I was actually happy to see that, just because the last thing I wanted was for this to turn to some Iggy Azalea shit where black men were upholding Doja Cat's career, so everybody was gonna shit on black men. Like, look at this, they keep trying to prop her up. Don't nobody like her. But nah, black women fucked with her. Black artists and black women that were fans in the crowd. Not really passing judgment, because like I said, I've seen way worse from black men in hip hop. This isn't really a haha, y'all shouldn't be able to do it. But it's more of a like, okay, cool, that's equality. if y'all can be like, we looking past her racism and niggas is looking past Kanye racism at the same time, fine. I don't really give a fuck. But yeah, she, you know what, 100. She's 100 for me. Anyway, Karen, did you say your score? I'm sorry.
No, I did not say my score, and my score will probably be a 75.
Okay.
I feel some of the ways you feel, but because I never really listened to her music, like her song could play replaying right now. I might not even know it was her. I'm joking, all jokes aside, because I don't really listen to her music like that, so I'm not invested in her like that. Mm-hmm. But I do agree with the other parts. Like, you're doing all these things to provoke all these things. Now, years later, you're being called out on them, and instead of you ignoring them, mm-hmm. you try to act like the shit didn't exist, that people are making things up, and that's why I have my problem.
Agreed. All right, I feel you. All right, let's move into the final the second to last segment. Let's do some guess the race, and then we'll get to sword ratchetness.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race. The game, we go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved. Chat room plays along, Karen plays along, the internet now plays along, and they're all races. Woman battered husband with a dildo. Yeah. I guess she got tired of dicking around. She didn't want a low vibration relationship.
She was carrying the balls all right.
That's not a good one.
I don't care.
When her husband threatened to call the police during the argument, she pulled out a dildo and began striking the man with it. According to Florida police, who arrested the alleged sex toy attacker for domestic battery. They were called in reference to a disturbance in progress involving 52-year-old man and 50-year-old Julissa Negron. Now, what's interesting is if she would have been dating a younger man, he wouldn't have had such a toxic attitude. She wouldn't have had to beat him with a dildo. Or maybe he would have liked it because he's more open-minded. He's not used to these old school relationships. The victim told police that Negron was staying with him while she gathered clothing before relocating from Puerto Rico to Connecticut to start her life over. Negron and the victim were married in Connecticut in 2003. While Negron was well behaved a day earlier, the victim told police she was drinking alcoholic beverages, resulting in her acting disorderly and started arguments about who he follows on Instagram. Looking at those butts, she didn't like that.
On Instagram.
At one point, Negron allegedly began to get in the victim's face, which he believes was to antagonize him. When the man warned he would call 911, she had pulled out a dildo, cocked that cock, and began to hit that victim with it. Said, don't get cocky.
Yeah, she made sure he got the point.
Yeah, you got the tip. The dildo, or prior location, is not further described in an arrest report. Yeah, where did she pull it out from? Did she just like reach in her pants like, I was saving this?
Right. She wanted to be sure he understood the shaft of the situation.
The shaft of the situation, sure.
Thank
you. These are terrible puns. The internet is gonna see these. Just want you to know.
That's all right.
Okay. When cops arrived at his home, he warned that Negron was inside naked and would flash the officers. The man also explained the history of abusiveness prior to her leaving, to the point where he needed to leave his own home. All right, Karen. She was held on $1,000 bond. She's scheduled to be arraigned March 21st.
Yeah, I guess the peen was too much. Had him running.
Sure. She's like, but don't move your hand. Move your hand. All right, Karen, go ahead. What? Guess the race.
Hispanic Latino.
Okay. Let's check the chat room. See what they believe. Spicy Latina, says Jonathan. Drinking tequila, Latina. Lubricated Latina. Lubricated. Negron was not a Negro, Hispanic. The correct answer is Hispanic, Latina. I guess he found out what the dildo is.
That was good.
All right, let's check the.
That's why you the writer and I ain't.
Let's go to the next one. Let's see. How about all right, let's do this one. Jealous ex arrested after driving 700 miles to set fire to the home of a man talking to his former girlfriend.
You got to be mad to drive 700 miles.
Right. You think he Matt Barnes?
Right. Drive across country.
And I will drive 700 miles and I will drive 700 more. Just to be the man that set fire to the home of the dude who was at your door. Da-da-da-da.
Not me.
A Michigan man has been arrested and charged with 6 counts of attempted homicide after allegedly driving over 700 miles to Pennsylvania and setting fire to the home of a man who had been communicating with his ex-girlfriend. Ex for a reason, fam.
Right. Ex for a reason.
The fire occurred at 5 a.m. in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. Or Ben Salem, completely destroying the 2-story home. 6 adults were inside the house at the time, with some forced to jump out the 2nd-story windows to escape the flames. 2 dogs perished, and the residents suffered injuries ranging from minor to severe.
Woo!
Authorities say suspect Harrison Jones of Rockford, Michigan, set the fire in a fit of jealousy after learning his ex-girlfriend had been communicating with a 21-year-old Pennsylvania man. How old was he again? Was he 30? I don't see where they say his age. So surveillance footage captured a black sedan in the area. License plate readers led the police to his home in Michigan. When officers executed a search warrant, they found lock-picking tools, electronics, and visible burn injuries on his arms. He burned himself?
Yeah, normally people do this ain't too smart.
Yeah. That's why you gotta be careful. Let's say. When you set out for revenge, a man who sets one fire might as well set 2.
You might as well.
Jones was arrested and is now facing charges of attempted homicide, arson, and risking catastrophe. That's a new one. Police praised investigators for
risking catastrophe.
Yeah.
It is one for the people that had to jump out the 2nd-story window.
Police praised investigators for tracing a single grainy image to identify the suspect, who allegedly drove 11 hours each way to commit the crime.
11 hours?
Yeah. 11 hours I drove my car. Karen, guess the race of Mr. Harrison Jones.
White.
Karen's going white for Harrison Jones. Let's check the chat room, see what they believe. White acrimony. White, the only thing he didn't do is eat the people. White rage. White rage.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Incel trying to do impossible white man shit. White. Smoke in the city. White. White flame. The correct answer is white. Everybody got that one. What was his playlist on the way up there, I wonder?
That's a good question.
This girl is on fire.
I know it was.
Fire.
Gotta let it burn. Right. Let it burn.
The roof. All right. Let's go to the bonus round. Karen is actually 2 for 2 today.
Woo-hoo.
All right. So you know what that means.
What time is it? Thought the bitch was white.
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get
gold
the
feet, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big thigh, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Florida man indicted after allegedly bringing small arsenal on Amtrak train.
Oh.
Maybe he was going to see a J.L. Covan show. A Florida man allegedly boarded an Amtrak train in New Jersey, carrying ammunition, multiple handguns, and an AR-15 style rifle. You can get on there with that?
They ain't TSA?
Yeah, I guess not. Damn. I thought it was safer than flying. Maybe JL don't know what he's talking about. Jeffrey O'Kinnock, 34 of Fort Lauderdale, was indicted on several charges, including aggravated assault, possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose, and causing or risking widespread injury or damage. The New Jersey Attorney General's Office and the Division of Criminal Justice said in a press release on Wednesday. This defendant allegedly hauled a small arsenal of deadly weapons and ammunition through busy transit stations and on a train filled with passengers, New Jersey's Attorney General Matthew J. Platkin said in a statement. My guess is that it probably isn't illegal in Florida, but once you cross over the state lines,
it turns into something else, don't it?
Transit police at Penn State in Newark, New Jersey noticed an unattended black and white zebra pattern bag on January 3rd. A K-9 team cleared the bag for the presence of explosives when officers opened it and found inside a case for a Glock handgun. Inside the case was a handgun with a loaded 18-round magazine. Also in the bag was an AR-15 magazine with rifle rounds and a plastic bag containing a shirt and 2 boxes labeled 9mm bullets, 4 boxes of .23 caliber, .223 caliber bullets. A zipped secondary compartment in the suitcase contained a pink duffel bag containing a black Zastava Arms AK-47 style rifle with 1 round loaded in the chamber and multiple loaded magazines. What was he gonna do?
I have no idea. I have no idea what kind of bullets and or guns those are, but that sounds like a lot of shit.
He was headed to January 6th Electric Boogaloo,
right?
Part 2. Yeah, what was he? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit. Whatever you just named that list down in the partridge in the pear tree, he bought everything.
It's like a scene out of The Matrix or John Wick.
Right.
After law enforcement found the bag around 2:55 p.m., they reviewed camera footage for the station, which appeared to show a man whom police alleged was Kennerk, who was carrying 2 suitcases, including one with the zebra pattern. Open and shut case. It's probably why JL's train was late. The subject walked away, allegedly leaving behind a zebra print suitcase and went to the Amtrak ticket window. It was learned the subject was boarding an Amtrak train bound for Virginia. The next stop would be Trenton Transit Center. So maybe he was doing January 6th Part 2. Anyway, they caught him. He was arrested. They searched the second suitcase, found multiple other weapons. He was also carrying a dark maroon color suitcase with the AR-15 rifle.
He planning on doing some damage whenever he got to his destination.
Guess the race of Jeffrey O. Kennerk.
Oh, white.
Karen's going with white on this one. Let's check the chat room and see what you guys believe. Man, that's wild. Under Siege 3 was about to be filmed on that train.
That's hilarious.
I don't see any guesses in the chat. We may be having a delay. Let's see.
Yeah, you must got delay.
I got Thank God They Got His Ass. Is that the?
I got more past.
Okay,
that.
You read them.
I got Frank Castle want to be in white.
I see him now. Right? I see him now. Yeah, okay. Frank Castle want to be in Training White. Yeah. Huh? You say? Was a school shooter deferred white? JL's biggest fan white? Oh, yeah. No. He was going to JL's show. He's like, I got a concert down here. I got a club already booked for you. That's how he was gonna get the booking. He was gonna go in there with guns. Let him perform. Shall not be infringed. White. Yes, he's a we the people white. And he looked like the SNL Raz Trent. No. He looked like Raz Trent.
What is happening?
How do you even sell guns to a man with hair and like this?
I don't know, but baby, what's that? Well,
I just want to take.
It's hard to describe.
I just want to give him a washing curl. He just need.
Yes, his hair just looks so dirty.
Oh, and dirty. Oh man, you hate to see it, guys.
Yes.
Whew. All right, this has been a wild trip. Let's bring this train to the station. But keep your guns on the train, guys. Don't do that. Mumbai teen attacks best bus autos with sword in broad daylight.
Well, damn.
A teenager wielding a sword went on an attacking spree and pounced on a local bus, a water tanker, and several auto rickshaws in Mumbai's Bandup area on Saturday. When the 16-year-old boy attacked the local best bus, there were passengers present inside it. The incident happened in Bandup's Miniland Society Tank Road in Mumbai. The boy has been detained by the police. Several videos of the incident have gone viral on social media. In one of the videos, the boy is seen screaming in anger and attacking the windshield of a bus repeatedly in the middle of a busy road as bystanders look on. In another video, he's seen damaging the windshields of several auto rickshaws and a mini truck. Another video shows him attacking and damaging the windshield of a water tank, all in broad daylight. The boy was allegedly upset after his uncle scolded him, which triggered the attack. Well, I'm gonna feel like I'm on the uncle's side.
Right, the uncle must have been right.
I don't know what he was yelling about, but shit, what could it?
Uncle might have had a point.
Yeah, what could you possibly have been correct about?
Right.
Yeah, this is the videos of it. This was, I guess each one's different lengths. This is only 4 seconds, but he's swinging that thing like a bat. This is another one. This 45 seconds. He fucking them car. He hit the truck.
Oh.
Damn, people riding by on their bikes, man. He not hitting them. It's like he just hitting windshields.
Yes.
Man, what the hell did he tell this? What did he yell at him for?
I don't know, but Uncle may have had a point. He might have been like, you got anger issues.
I don't feel like he's proving his uncle wrong.
Me either. Whatever Uncle said, I think Uncle might have been right.
Man, shout out to that lady who's trying to talk some sense into him, because I wouldn't have been there.
And he was like, well, I can't take this anger out on my uncle, so I do it to y'all in broad daylight.
Right. Turn off the Wi-Fi on his ass?
Right, because Uncle sound like he would have whooped his ass.
Yeah. Man, so he took it out on all the poor buses and shit.
Right, just riding by.
He fucked up. His uncle had to pay for it.
Right, which is even worse.
Right. Now I got a reason to get a sword. All right, y'all, that's it. We'll be back probably throughout the week. I gotta see. We gotta schedule some things. It's kind of weird week. We got Ballsy Sports to try and do. Probably want to go to the movies on Thursday because I think The Accountant 2 is coming out, and I got to be there for that. And then Friday or Saturday we may try to do the Nerd Off. So it's gonna be a weird week. You may or may not get more regular shows, or you might only get one more, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Until next time, make sure you guys go to the Guess the Race pages on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Subscribe, follow it, like it, share it. We appreciate y'all. And until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.